The internet changed how we work. AI is changing what work gets done. A bank cut loan processing from days to hours. A student built an AI scheduler, improving on-time delivery from under 70% to over 90%. Most teams know AI matters, but aren't sure where to start. InAI is Indiana's statewide AI adoption effort, built with industry, academia, and community partners, helping you move from understanding to action. Visit inaiready.com.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio on demand for Friday, August 14th, 2026. I'm Gary Dick. After 5 years of construction, renovation, and adding amenities, the Fort Wayne-Allen County Airport Authority is marking completion of what it calls by far the largest project the Airport Authority has ever undertaken. The $140 million Project Gateway includes expanding the airport's terminal and adding several areas, including 2 gates and a new baggage handling system. The airline ticketing areas and TSA security checkpoints also expanded, says Airport Authority CEO Scott Hinderman.
Our terminal building is about 198,000 square foot. Everything in the terminal building has been touched, new, renovated. And then the expansion portion was about 76,000 square foot that was expanded. But, if you do an expansion, but you don't touch it, then you can see the new and the old. Our terminal building is all consistent throughout. So even the existing structure, we completely renovated it to include removing columns that support the structure. So we did a significant to where it matches the design of the new sections. So there is no old and new in the building. It looks all consistent. We do a lot of construction, whether it's on runways, taxiways, pavement, parking lots, terminal. I do think it's been 5 years of construction in this terminal building. I can say this for myself as well as many of the staff members. We're kind of looking forward to that taxiway project. One where we can just kind of be less impactful and maybe not as long of a season. This 5 years was a long time. So it feels really good to have the construction substantially complete, get the terminal process behind us. But the community has come out. We get accolades all the time. So that really helps when you get compliments of what we did to go through all this construction and then be able to have that positive reinforcement that the community likes at what we have completed.
A division of Charlotte-based Nucor Corporation is planning to grow its operations in DeKalb County. Nucor announced Thursday it will invest $59 million to expand the Vulcraft, Indiana manufacturing plant in St. Joe and create about 20 full-time jobs by the end of next year. The company says the expansion will add capabilities to produce steel grating products used for industrial flooring and stair treads. Mishawaka-based Franciscan Alliance has announced that it is partnering with a Florida-based physician group to advance healthcare in Indiana. Millennium Physician Group, based in Fort Myers, emphasizes value-based care among its more than 1,100 healthcare providers across Florida, North Carolina, Georgia, and Texas. Through the partnership, Franciscan's physicians will remain part of the Franciscan Alliance Physician Network, but gain access to enhanced operational support, advanced analytics, and technology designed to improve clinical performance. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Thanks for listening to this IBJ Media podcast. You're probably going to remember this ad. Do you know why? Podcast advertising works. 85% of listeners recalled hearing an ad during a podcast, and 70% of podcast listeners have acted after hearing an ad. So whether you're looking to be heard across the entire IBJ Media Podcast Network, sponsor one of our shows, or just start with a 30-second ad, IBJ Media can help. Contact advertise@ibj.com to learn more.
The president and CEO of the Chicago Bears said Thursday the first potential location for a new football stadium in Hammond is viable, and that the team continues to study a second site in that city. Speaking to reporters from Hallis Hall in Chicago, Kevin Warren reiterated that the team is solely focused on building a stadium in Hammond.
This is important for the fans, is for us to build a world-class stadium. It's time. The time has come for us to do it. They deserve a much better game day experience than we have now. They deserve the opportunity for us to be able to bring world-class events here, from the Super Bowl that we'd have a chance to bid for, to World Cup, to concerts, to college football playoff games, to other professional sports. We have one site that works, Lost Marsh, And then to have another site is really unique. And we think if that comes together, that we will have an absolutely dynamic atmosphere in Hammond, Indiana.
Hopebridge, an autism therapy provider based in Indianapolis, has appointed a new CEO and added 3 other executives to its leadership team. Leanne Hester became CEO in March. She will be joined by Denise Bonnert as Chief Compliance Officer, Stacy Jensen as Chief Clinical Operations Officer, and Doug Folsom as Chief Information Officer. Indiana Landmarks has announced $205,000 in grants that will be used to support the restoration and rehabilitation of 15 sites the organization says are significant to Indiana's African American history. The grants are being awarded through 2 funds established by the late Eli Lilly and Company chemist and preservationist Standerford Stan Cox. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.